And good morning, everyone. This is the Rooftop Sports, and here I am to cover the series finale of the Seattle Mariners and the Detroit Tigers. And thank God that this is the last game of the entire season for the Tigers, because if the Mariners were playing a team like the Tigers, which they are not a good team, by the way, but a team that has somehow have the Mariners numbers, their season would pretty much be over, because considering how badly they've been playing the Detroit Tigers. And boy, must I say, what a disaster of a game that was. What a disaster that game was last night, where the Mariners once again lost. Brian Wu had an amazing a 4-hit shutout going into the 8th inning. Mariners would take finally a 2-0 lead. And they somehow couldn't do anything with the bases loaded, with the exception of that Julio Rodriguez hit, which, by the way, he was just not in game shape at all. Like, he really rushed himself to get back in the lineup. He really wanted to help the team, which I applaud his passion. The problem was he was not there 100%, even as a designated hitter. But that wasn't the problem. The problem I had, there were two problems that I had. One of them was a not so popular opinion by the mass. And this one is a very popular, kind of a mainstream opinion. So the issue I had was this. Brian Wu pitched just 85 pitches. He had a 4-hit shutout, had at least 7 strikeouts. He was dominating the Tigers. They couldn't hit a thing out of Brian Wu. And what does Scott Service do? He pulls them out of the game. Not even 90 pitches. Like, I get it. I totally get it. You want to save his arm, but what about all the other innings that you saved him? What about the time where you pulled him after like 60-something pitches? Doesn't that apply towards this game? Now you can like use those extra pitches that you saved and put that through yesterday's game? Because if it ain't broken, don't fix it. But no. Scott Service is just heavily obsessed with his pitch management rhetoric. And he never owns up to it. He always just makes excuses saying, oh, it just didn't go our way. Or, well, we'll figure it out. That's what he does every single game. And Jimmy Garcia, yeah, he should be held accountable too, because he's supposed to be one of our best relief pitchers. Like, usually, like, this would be the actual time to put in a Jimmy Garcia, because had the Mariners put in like anybody else, like a Trent Thornton or Colin Snyder, or even Austin Voth, would have been unideal. But yeah, Jimmy Garcia was supposed to do his job. He pitched a very easy one right down the middle, gift wrapped a home run. But it gets worse after that. And then it gets worse. Extra innings, they do absolutely nothing with a man on second base that was already given to you, which is why I hate the extra innings rule, because the Mariners came and take advantage of it anyway. But that was not even the real problem there. The other problem I had was this. You pulled out Andres Munoz after just 10 pitches worth of a 1-2-3. Literally 10. You literally took out the guy that was just throwing flames and gas at the other team. You do that, you put in Colin Snyder, and he gets absolutely blown up. Like, I get it. Offense has been terrible. Bullpen hasn't been great. But that's the job of a manager. The job of the manager is to manage the game. It's to put your players in the best position to win. And Scott Service, I mean, for someone that goes with analytics, he certainly doesn't do a good job with that, because taking out Andres Munoz was a losing decision. It really was. And Scott just refuses to learn from his mistakes. He always just keeps blaming it on circumstances. He never owns up. I remember when he put in Robbie Ray versus Yordan Alvarez. He's like, oh yeah, these things happen. There's just no sense of urgency from Scott Service. And even if the Mariners were winning this series, they wouldn't even go for the sweep, because they like the 2 out of 3 rather than go for that last game. Because the reason why you want to go for a sweep, now it doesn't really matter, is because you want to make up for previous losses. But nah, it seems to be too difficult of a concept for Scott Service to understand. But here we are. Bryce Miller for his last start. Against the Mets, he went 6 strong innings, gave up just 3 hits, no runs. And now he's going up against the Tigers. And it's not going to be an easy one because they also have a pretty formidable pitcher too, which, by the way, I added for my fantasy baseball team. So that should get me some steam, unfortunately, at the Mariners' expense. But hopefully, Mariners can figure this out. And I really hope that they do figure this out. Because if they don't, they're going to be officially 3 games behind Houston. And the Houston Astros are just on an absolute hot streak. Like, Mariners have to play better than their best. They have to play pretty much perfect baseball throughout for the rest of the season. Because Astros, they ain't losing anytime soon. They just won't. And I want to see if the Astros are even playing today. Astros are not even playing, so at least the Mariners have a chance to make it a 2-game deficit rather than 2.5. Now, if they lose this game, it's going to be 3 games back. So the Mariners better figure this out. But will they figure it out? Probably not. But let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Mariners. Well, first for the pitching will be Bryce Miller against Alex Fado or Fadeo. I can't even pronounce his name, which is pretty pathetic of me. But I'm going to figure this out by going to Google Translate. I'm going to figure out who it is. I'm going to figure out how to pronounce it because I want to pronounce these names correctly. Faedo. It's going to be Alex Faedo. And he's not going to be easy to hit off of. He has a 5-3 record with a 3.62 ERA, 53 strikeouts, so he's not much of a strikeout guy. He's given up 9 home runs versus Bryce Miller's 16 home runs, and 23 walks for Alex Faedo. So if the Mariners are going to think that they're going to score really much today, they best be dreaming. Now I got to find my pen so I can take notes throughout this entire game. And I'll be right back. Please enjoy this ad from SeatGeek. SeatGeek is a mobile ticketing app for sporting events, concerts, and other events. They make the buying experience easier by the app ranking each ticket from 0 to 10 to see if you are getting a good deal, and you can see exactly where you are sitting. I regularly use that app, and I have had nothing but a fantastic experience with SeatGeek. Use my promo code RoofTopSports to get $20 off of your first purchase. Link to the code, app, and website will be in the description, so take advantage, and thank you. Yep, and use my promo code RoofTopSports to get your $20 off. So take advantage of that while the Mariners would be hosting the Los Angeles Dodgers as their next home game, because tomorrow they're going to be going up against Pittsburgh, and that's not going to be an easy series either, because it seems that the Mariners would rather have a more difficult schedule than an easy schedule, because even with the, quote, easy schedule, they're still screwing it up. And looks like we are about to start in just a few moments looking at downtown Detroit. And as much as people say things about Detroit, city actually looks pretty clean just by looking at it. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not. But it is a good day for a baseball game today. And hopefully the Mariners can figure this out and at least win the series finale against the Detroit Tigers. Mariners are sitting at a 63-58 record. Tigers are at 58-63, so they're about the opposites of each other. The Tigers are kind of closing that gap. And then the starting lineups for today for the Mariners is going to be Victor Robles, Jorge Polanco, Randy Arozarena, Cal Raleigh, Luke Raley, Justin Turner, Dom Canzone, Dylan Moore, and Josh Rojas. It's getting to the point where I'm thinking, like, why don't they just give Cole Young a chance? Because Dylan Moore, as your starting shortstop, is just not going to get it done. Like, Rivas is also not going to get it done. And here's Alex Faedo. He is on the mound for the Tigers. And Alex Faedo's pitching arsenal. He's got a slider, a four-seam fastball, a changeup, and a sinker. And he'll be using that slider quite a bit. So I guess the Mariners won't be expecting strikes. And now here is a fly ball to left field by Victor Robles. And left fielder's there. And he makes the catch. And that's already one down after just one swing. And next up to the plate is going to be Jorge Polanco. And also, big news today is that Julio Rodriguez will not be playing today as he's been playing through an injury. Other reports, Gregory Santos is still on the 15-day IL. Taylor Dollard, who cares? Unfortunately. JP Crawford still maybe September as the earliest. And now here is Jorge Polanco up to the plate, the pitch. And that is going to be outside for a ball. Jorge Polanco is at number 2 spot today, which I think is a little bit more ideal because the numbers do back it up for him. He is 1 for 4 in the series. He did drive in a run for the Mariners. The pitch, and that's going to be outside for a ball. And career versus Alex, he is 1 for 7. So it looks like he's not going to do much today against Faedo. But his last 8 road games, batting 304 homers. And check swing, did he go? He did not, and that is going to be a 3-0 count. And I am going to say red light on this one. Just take this pitch, unless it's like literally down the middle. But I would be more inclined to saying take the pitch. Just take it. See if you can get a walk. You just never know. The pitch. And he does take it, and that's going to be a strike. Still didn't fault him for it. Camera's panning to Brian Wu. Had 6 strikeouts, 85 pitches. He should have gone one more inning, in my opinion. Julio Rodriguez was 2 for 4 with a single. He really gimped out those hits. And now we're looking at the 3-1. And that is a strike, and that's going to be a 3-2 count. I mean, just watch. You're going to see Jorge Polanco just completely strike out off of a 3-2 count, which would be very, very pathetic. Polanco is awaiting on the 3-2. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be ball 4, take your base. And Jorge Polanco, with his patient approach, he gets on base on first base. And now we got Randy Arozarena, one of the Mariners' stars right now, as the Mariners did trade for him. They didn't have to give up much for him. But let's see what he can do. They had 5 hits in game 2 of the Seattle Mariners. And let's see if Randy Arozarena can make something happen. And now here's the pitch. And that is up high for a ball. The catcher really tried to sell it to the umpire, but ain't going to do that. Faedo is working on a 1-0 against Rosarena. And now here is the pitch. And now here's a ground ball foul. And we're looking at the 1-1 count so far. Last 7 games, Arozarena has been batting .318. And now the throw to first. And it's not in time. Nine pitches for Faedo so far. Last 20 games, 15 of 18 on stolen bases. But I don't think Polanco's really much of a runner. Now the pitch. And that's going to be fouled again. Fouled back. And that's going to be a 1-2. That was literally his pitch. And it just didn't happen for Randy Arozarena. Faedo at 10 pitches already. And this is the third batter. We're looking at the 1-2 for Randy Arozarena. And the pitch. And that is going to be a foul. That almost hit him too. And we're looking at a 1-2 count still. Faedo tops out, I guess, at most a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. 24 doubles this season for Randy Arozarena. I think even if you get a double out of this one, you can still get a score in. And it looks like time's been called. Looks like they're going to reset. Versus lefties, he does better against the lefties than he does against the righties on WRC pluses. And the 1-2. And that is up high for a ball. 2-2 count for Randy Arozarena. We're looking at 2-2 from Faedo. And the 2-2 pitch. And that is ball 3. 3-2. And Faedo is not really giving good pitches at all, which is advantage for the Mariners. Maybe Victor Robles really should have been patient. And we're looking at the 3-2 count for Randy Arozarena. Arozarena does strike out more, though, but he does also walk more than the average. 3-2. And that's going to be ball 4. Take your base. I really thought the umpire was going to call it a strike 3. And now he got runners on first and second, and we got Cal Raleigh up to the plate. If the Mariners can't score runs on this, that would be an absolute embarrassment. Last 2 games with runners in scoring position, Mariners are just 3 of 19, while the Tigers are 9 of 16, and that game 1 has a lot to do with that. 14 pitches for Faedo, and here is the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. And that is going to be a strike on the inside. Looks like the umpire was doing a makeup call, and Cal Raleigh was not happy with that. I wouldn't be either. But umpires will always be umpires. Batting .216 with 26 home runs. The 0-1, and that's going to be popped up and fouled. Already down to the 2 strike. I really think that umpire really got to his head because he swung at basically the same pitch that was way inside, and somehow it's a 0-2 count. Cal Raleigh is a .252 hitter with runners in scoring position, 9 home runs and 51 RBIs. And we're looking at the 0-2, the pitch, and a swing and a miss, strike 3, and already 3 strikes already in there and just 3 straight pitches. It looks like that umpire really got to his head. That was a really bad call. I think he really wanted to swing at will. Couldn't blame him because the umpire was just giving him not really much leeway at all. Really just fattened up the strike zone. Now here is Luke Raley up to the plate. And now here's the pitch. And that is a line drive foul. Luke Raley's batting .230 with 14 home runs and 36 RBIs. And he is 1 for 5 in this series. He hasn't been playing well at all. Hasn't really played well in the second half either. But his last 9 games batting .369. And now here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 2. They're really going for that upside thing. And just to think that the Mariners may end up not scoring at all with a runner in scoring position. We're looking at an 0-2. Raley's batting .303 with runners in scoring position. Now here's the 0-2. And that is up high for a ball. 1-2. Luke Raley in 14 games with a home run this season. Mariners are 10-4. So if he does get a home run, maybe that will help the Mariners win. We're looking at the 1-2. And now the 1-2 pitch. And that is going to be fouled. Way to fight it off, Luke Raley, but that was a good pitch given to him. Mariners are just not able to connect at all. Only those 2 men on base have just been walked, so technically Faedo is pitching a no-hitter so far. One and 2 count. Runners on first and second. 2 outs. And the pitch. And that is up high for a ball. 2-2 the count. Justin Turner would be on deck. Maybe you should have put Justin Turner behind Cal Raleigh. Nice lineup placement, Scott Service. Nice lineup placement. We're looking at the 2-2. That's why I wanted Vlad Guerrero Jr. or at least Yandy Diaz. The 2-2. And that is just outside for ball 3. I really thought the umpire was going to call that one. 3-2, the full count. Now the question is, I think, knowing that if I was Faedo, maybe give him a bad one because you'll get Luke Raley to chase anyway, or the umpire will just give it to you. So Faedo is actually a pretty favorable situation in my opinion. And now here is the 3-2 pitch, and that is up high for ball 4. Luke Raley certainly didn't fall for that. And now you got the bases loaded for Justin Turner. Let's see what he can do with 2 outs with the bases loaded. But somehow, Mariners they're going to find a way to screw this up, aren't they? They really just are. It's just in the Mariners' blood to do so. Now I really want to take a look at their stats when the Mariners do have the bases loaded. And now you got the catcher talking to him. They're just saying it's relax. It's just the Mariners. Not a big deal. Not going to get anything out of you anyway. But with the bases loaded, Mariners are actually 9th overall. They bat .280. Sometimes I do question these stats. And in runs scored and RBIs, Mariners are actually 4th with the bases loaded. But for some reason, it just feels like that maybe they have the bases loaded when it really doesn't matter. It looks like you got some activity already in the bullpen. Looks like this is the bullpen day for Detroit, I guess. Gonna check Faedo's stats and see how he's been doing this season. Here's the pitch, and that is outside for a ball, 3 pitches away, and it is going to be a bullpen day. Faedo is actually just a relief pitcher, so this is a bullpen day, and somehow the Mariners are going to lose on this, aren't they? And now we're looking at the 1-0 count to Justin Turner, and now here's the pitch, and that is going to be in there for a strike. With runners in scoring position, he bats .323. So Justin Turner has a ginormous opportunity to really make something happen. He has 15 RBIs with the runners in scoring position and 2 outs. So he's known to be a clutch player for the most part. The pitch, and that is way outside, and that is going to be a 2-1 count. Can Justin Turner find a way to salvage this inning? It would be more than ideal. And now we are looking at the 2-1. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball. He had to swing at that one. And now we're looking at a 2-2 count. Justin Turner's played for 6 teams: the Baltimore Orioles, New York Mets, LA Dodgers, Boston Red Sox, Toronto Blue Jays, and now the Seattle Mariners. And now we're looking at the 2-2. And now here's the pitch. Outside, ball 3. 3-2, full count once again. Now I just wonder what the Mariners are going to do, or what Justin Turner's going to do, or better yet, what is Faedo going to do on a 3-2? He's not much of a chaser. I must say that about Justin Turner. He doesn't seem like he'd be someone that would chase as much. Now here's the pitch. And that's going to be ball 4, take your base. And the Mariners have scored in a run, and they get on the board to make it 1-0. Nice at-bat by Justin Turner. He fought it off just like the entire Mariners have. And now Mariners are on the board 1-0. And now looks like there's calls to the bullpen already. 30 pitches for Faedo. There's 2 outs. And now next up to the plate is going to be Dom Canzone. Oh, Dom Canzone's up, huh? Here's my reaction to that. And now here's the pitch. And that is in there for a strike. Nice frame job by the catcher. Dom Canzone's batting .218, 7 home runs, and 14 RBIs. Hasn't really done much this season at all. Battling injuries and battling his stinkitude. Now here's the 0-1. And that's a ground ball foul. Horrible chase by Dom Canzone. You very much should know that that was not a pitch to swing at. That was a ridiculous chasing. You knew that was not your pitch. Batting .143 with runners in scoring position. Maybe you should have put him in the bottom of the lineup. And now here's the 0-2. And now here's a line drive, and that is going to be played, and that is going to be out. They really shifted up on him, and that is going to retire the side. The Mariners do get 1 run. They really should have gotten more, and we go to the bottom of the first. We'll be back after this timeout. SoFi is an online bank and a personal financing company offering financial diverse products. They hold the naming rights to the home of the Los Angeles Rams and the Los Angeles Chargers, named SoFi Stadium. They offer amazing checking and savings accounts where you can get up to 4.6% on savings accounts. There are no monthly fees to maintain the accounts, and they have over 55,000 no-fee ATMs around the United States. You even have access to a budgeting program, stock trading, and insurance programs. Join SoFi and get $25 for joining and or $25 for opening a stock trading account. Links are available in the description. And thank you. And lastly, I am not a financial advisor, so either find a professional financial advisor or go with your own gut. Yep, go with your own gut. Do not use my financial advice even if I ever gave you one. And also, flick of the switch. Thank you for being on this show. And yeah, use all those. Use that promo code RoofTopSports and check out those links if you want to get any of those. If you want to get $25 for opening a banking account, there you go. Same thing for stocks. Maybe buy some crypto if SoFi allows it. Pretty sure they do. I'm not sure if they do. I know that Robinhood does. Personal loans, if you want to consolidate your loan, or if you want to refinance your student loan. And flick of the switch. Yeah, you do not like my commercials. I know. Profound, huh? Well, hopefully Bryce Miller can get out of this inning quick, but the Mariners are going to have to come up with a lot more runs than that because I don't think you can settle with just exactly that. I wouldn't. And we are back from the break, and we've got Kerry Carpenter, number 2 hitter. I also added him to my fantasy team. Also, I'm at 2018 subscribers so far. Hit that subscribe button to make it 2019 and beyond. This season, Bryce Miller with a 9-7 record. I really do think Bryce Miller would be more of a bullpen pitcher of the future since he doesn't really mix up his pitches very well. And now here is going to be the pitch, and this is going to be for Malloy. And now here is the pitch. And now here's a ground ball foul. That was a really hard hit, but luckily that turned foul. And now we're looking at the 0-1 count on Justin Henry Malloy. Tigers, 1 of 2 with he's 1 of 2 Tigers with multi-hit games last night. And now here is the pitch. And that is going to be a ball. Scored a run on an RBI walk. This team is so pathetic. I don't blame you. Not at all. And now we're looking at the 1-1 count. And now here is the pitch. And that is a foul ball once again. 1-1. We're looking at 1-2 for Henry Malloy. And now here is the pitch. And that is going to be ball 2. I would thought that the umpire would have made up for that as Cal Raleigh had a horrible call on him. Not that I'm blaming the umpire or anything if the Mariners lose. If they lose, it's because it's the Mariners. And now here's a 2-2. Now here's a ground ball right to Josh Rojas to throw to first, and that is in time. So yeah, going back to the umpire, when the Mariners lose, fans usually blame the umpires, but when the Mariners lose, I blame the Mariners. We got a 4-seam fastball 43% of the time for Bryce Miller. Doesn't really mix up his pitches very well, but he's got a lot of stuff. Sinker, splitter, sweeper, slider, knuckle curve, and a cutter. But he does need work on his sweeper, his knuckle curve, and his cutter for sure. His sinker, he should really get into that more. Develop that better. And now here is the pitch. And that is outside for a ball. This is Kerry Carpenter, who's also on my fantasy baseball team. I added him last minute in hopes that he can give me a win because I'm getting absolutely trashed by my arch nemesis in my fantasy baseball league. And now we're looking at a 1-0. Kerry Carpenter is a 292 hitter this season. The pitch. And that is going to be a strike, and that is going to be a 1-1 count on Kerry Carpenter. He has 3 home runs this season. He has just been tearing it up, and I'm expecting him to do it again. And now we're looking at the 1-1. Cal Raleigh's really trying to sell it to him, and I think because of that argument that Cal Raleigh had with the umpire, he's not going to give him anything. And we're looking at the 2-1 count. And now here is the 2-1 pitch. Cal Raleigh's really desperate to sell it, but he's just not going to give it to him. Dustin says, I can't even with this team. Another YouTuber just got all mad at me for saying it's completely unreasonable. Which YouTuber got mad at you? I'm really curious about this. The 3-1. And now that is going to be popped up to left field. And that's going to be a Rosarena. He's there and he makes the catch. And amazing that he's able to do that without sunglasses. No, Dustin, tell me who that is. I'm really curious which YouTuber got mad at you. Like, who YouTuber? Was it Mariners Mojo? Was it Raise the Trident? I'm really curious. And that's the thing. You'll never see me mad, even if we disagree. And if we do disagree, I'll be like, well, show me what you got. Back it up. Has to be Mariners Mojo. Yeah, I would agree. Flick of the switch. You got that right. And now here's the pitch. And that is a strike. Oh, yes, they absolutely are the Mariners simps. Along with Raise the Trident, I mean, I really shouldn't be saying this in public, but that's what they are. The 0-1 pitch. Not like they're going to care to even look at my channel anyway. I mean, they won't even collaborate with me. Raise the Trident, I got to tell you this. He didn't even invite me to his all Mariners collaborator, all Mariners content creator fantasy baseball team. And I heard that he horribly ran that league. And now here's the pitch. And now here's a ground ball, and that's going to go right to Bryce Miller to throw to first in time. And that is going to be a 1-2-3. And we go to the top of the second. Mariners lead 1-0. And Dustin, I assume it's Northwest Sports Fanatics. He does lash out at everyone too, yeah. If that, I think it is he like some half Asian guy, half white guy? Let me know what it is. And also, I got to play another ad. Sorry.
Modern Exterior Solutions is a fully licensed and insured full-service exterior renovations company serving Seattle and East Side communities. We know that a home is one of your most important possessions. That's why we're committed to providing high-quality, affordable home renovations for each customer's individual budget. We're diverse enough to meet the challenges of any project you put in front of us. Our workmanship minimizes the use of third-party services, and our team works together to meet all your deadlines. Anytime there's a challenge, we work with you to find a solution. We are proud to work with distributors of quality brand products with durable, ample protection from the elements for a variety of applications, including James Hardie siding and trim. Talk with us today about your project's needs, and we can help you solve all the challenges along the way.
And here's that information, 206-992-4465, 206-992-4465. If you do intend to get any kind of upgrades on your home, especially on the exterior, get painting and siding replacements, does a really good job with it. And it was really good to see the Mariners or Bryce Miller get an easy 1-2-3. Head-to-head this season, Tigers have won 4 out of 5 games. Mariners are a 161 hitter, while the Tigers absolutely feast on the Mariners. But hopefully that changes for at least today to make it 4 out of 6 rather than 4 or 5 out of 6. And now we've got a new pitcher from the bullpen. They've already done it already. And I wonder who this is. He looks like a Japanese guy. It's going to be Maeda. Now here's Dylan Moore. And that was a nice curveball for a strike. And that is going to be an 0-1 count on Dylan Moore. Yes, that's got to be it. That's who I'm referring to, Flick of the Switch. I had a show with him before, but we just never really clicked, unfortunately. Now here's the 0-1. And that's going to be outside for a ball. 1-1. Dylan Moore is batting 8th in the order right now. Maybe he should have bat before Dom Canzone. He has 9 home runs this season. And now here's the 1-1. And a swing and a miss, strike 2. Dylan Moore has been 1 for 7 in the series, and I'm saying that. And maybe just give Cole Young, like, maybe some kind of a trial run. Like, if he doesn't do great, if he doesn't do anything much, then let him go. Let him go back to Arkansas or AAA Tacoma. But if he does well, then you can put him for the roster in September. I mean, and now here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. Look at the switch. He tried to watch his stream, but the setting and sound for the stream was really distracting. I agree. I really agree. That's why I don't play music in the background. Like, imagine playing music like, well, let me test it. I know I don't want to do this, but and now here is the pitch to Rojas, and that is going to be a ball. Yep, that is exactly what he uses, right? Yeah, I know. Can you imagine if I had a show like this? Like, just imagine that, flick the switch, the pitch, and that is going to be popped up and fouled. But yeah, can you imagine if my show was exactly like that? Yeah. And now we're looking at the pitch, and here is the 1-1. And that is going to be popped up, and that is obviously not going to do anything. And that is going to make the catch, and we've got 2 outs already on pretty much in just 7 pitches. I wonder why they're talking about Kirk Gibson and Bob Gibson. Yeah, I agree. Like, they have the fans so brainwashed to think that 2 runs should hold up. It will not. Here is Robles, and that is a foul ball. And we're looking at the 0-1. But yeah, I never found the music necessary. I just think it's just so distracting. And we're looking at the 0-1 pitch to Victor Robles, and he's going for the bunt, went all the way foul. Dustin, do you follow any other Mariner YouTubers out there besides me? I assume that I'm one of the favorites. Victor Robles is batting .250 with 3 home runs and 10 RBI, so he's kind of cooled off a bit. But he did sign a 2-year extension. 0-2. Ground ball foul. He's been 0 for 10 in this series, so that will definitely do it on killing him in this series. 10 pitches for Maeda. Already got 2 outs. We're looking at the 0-2. And now the 0-2. And that is going to be up high for a ball. Going to be a 1-2 count. You listen to all of them, huh? Okay, then be 100% honest. Who is like your... Why don't you give me a ranking of all of them? I'm really curious. And even if you put me last, I won't be offended. The 1-2. And that is going to be inside for a ball. Yeah, Robles has been terrible his last 7 games, to say the least. On this day, Felix threw a perfect game. It was a 1-0 win. Sounds like a typical Felix game. 2-2. And he almost swung at that one. That's going to be a 3-2 count. But yeah, Dustin, give me the rankings of all the Mariners content creators, and you don't have to put me at number 1. Just be completely honest. And same with you, Flick of the Switch. I'd like you to rank the people too. And we're looking at a 3-2 by Maeda, the pitch. And a swing and a miss. That was right smack dab down the middle. Strike 3. And that is going to retire the side. We go to the bottom of the second. It is 1-0 Mariners so far. No hits so far as well. Are you looking to optimize your office, studio, or man cave? The Glance LED ticker may be for you. It is a customizable LED display providing real-life sports scores, stock prices, crypto, the news, and even the weather. Use my promo code RoofTopSports to get 10% off the purchase, and thank you. Use a promo code RoofTopSports for 10% off if you want one of those cool Glance things, Glance LEDs. I don't plan to buy one anytime soon myself personally, but take a look at it. And also, another way to support this channel is to donate to this channel. You can either use the YouTube Super Chat, or you can go into my Venmo. And here it is. Got unsigned just in time to join the rest of the team as a below-average hitter, yeah. Wish we could have waited to give Robles an extension like his energy, but has not been good besides a month, yeah. But maybe they did it because it was cheaper. I'm the best. Big Nell and maybe Crawford 2. Wait, who are you talking about? Who's Big Nell and Crawford 2? Talk about Mariners content creators. Maybe not like so much of not random YouTubers. And now we are going to be back from the break. Mariner, or they're talking about his split finger fastball, which must be deadly. Get rid of Garcia too after yesterday, after he should have walked Carpenter, I guess. And now we're looking at the fourth hitter, and that's going to be, here's the pitch, and that is going to be outside for a ball. And this is going to be Madras. I'm sorry, this is Dingler. I am that behind. And now here's the pitch to Dylan Dingler. Now here's a ground ball right to Dylan Moore to throw to first. And that is in time. And now we've got one down. And now we've got whoever the next guy is. It's going to be Bobby Madras. Pretty sure his name is Bobby Madras. Bly Madras is his name. Or shall I say Bleh Madras. And he's looking at an 0-1. Is the division over? It's not mathematically over, but hope-wise it is pretty much over in some cases. Unless the Mariners step it up. The pitch. And that is going to be an 0-1 count. That's, 0-1, must I say. Next homestand will be against the Giants on August 23rd. So use that promo code RoofTopSports to go to those games for $20 less. And now here's the pitch. Wild card's not even the best shot either. Don't even think about the wild card either. Mariners don't even have a chance, barely have a chance for that either. They're 3 games back from the wild card, so arguably worse than the division. And they'll be fighting against Kansas City. That's not going to be easy. And Minnesota and Baltimore? You got to be kidding me. The 2-1. And that is not a strike. This umpire is a very inconsistent strike zone. I'm not saying that's going to be the reason why the Mariners lose, but it's like, have some consistency at least. Yeah, Kevin Kirby said it. Bly Madras is working on a 3-1, and now here is the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2 on a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. And now it's a full count, 3-2. 19 pitches for Miller. He's been efficient in this game, at least up until Madras. We're looking at the 3-1. Bryce Miller does better against the righties than he does against lefties. And now here's the 3-2. And that is going to be a fly ball to right field. Or here's Polanco. And actually Canzone's got it. And he makes the catch. Good communication. And that's going to be 2 down. I don't even know if the Northwest Sports Fanatics is even in this game right now. I don't think he is. So I think I'm the only one doing the Mariners. So I think I did take some of his audience, which I am not opposed to. Actually, I lied. Northwest Sports Fanatics is doing this game. Now here's Parker Meadows, the man who robbed the home run from Cal Raleigh last week. And that's going to be a strike. And the umpire made up for that one, certainly. Dustin thinks got a better chance with the wild card. But I want that stinking division. Because Houston's, this is more the inferior team of theirs. Although they're on a hot winning streak. And that's going to be a foul ball in the back. Parker Meadows is 1 for 9. No, I think Mariners should definitely go for that division. Because this has been the weakest division we've seen for a while. I mean, it was basically monopolized by the Astros. I mean, even last year, the Mariners had a chance. We're looking at the 0-2. And now here is the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. And Bryce Miller has just been absolutely on fire. And we go to the top of the third inning. Mariners still lead it 1-0, just barely hanging on. SeatGeek is a mobile ticketing app for sporting events, concerts, and other events. They make the buying experience easier by the app ranking each ticket from 0 to 10 to see if you are getting a good deal, and you can see exactly where you are sitting. I regularly use that app, and I have had nothing but a fantastic experience with SeatGeek. Use my promo code RoofTopSports to get $20 off of your first purchase. Link to the code, app, and website will be in the description, so take advantage, and thank you. So, yep, use that promo code RoofTopSports to get your $20 off. And now next up to the plate is going to be Josh Rojas. Oh, he already hit. So it's going to be Jorge Polanco, Randy Arozarena, and Cal Raleigh. I'd rather you send me $20. Forget it, man. Well, what's the difference? You just use the promo code. It's free. Oh, you don't want to spend money on a Mariners game, do you? It's not just a Mariners game. You can go to a concert, you know. I charge $1 for every commercial you play. What? I ain't paying. Sorry, buddy. I'll give Vader my Mariners hat. Now here's Polanco. And that's going to be outside for a ball. Got Maeda still on the mound. Had a pretty good inning last inning, must I say. Which he did go 1, 2, 3. And now here's the 1-0 pitch. And that's going to be a strike. Jorge Polanco's batting second in the order. He did walk last time, which he started the bases loaded rally. Too bad the Mariners didn't really get much out of it. Now here's the 1-1 pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 2. Awful swing by Jorge Polanco. I almost said Julio Rodriguez. Terrible swing. He's batting .215. 11 home runs so far. Now here's the 1-2. And that's going to be outside for a ball. 2-2 the count. And now the 2-2 pitch. And that's going to be popped up to left field, third baseman, and he makes the catch. Barely left the infield. Now we got one out. Next up is going to be Randy Arozarena. Hopefully Arozarena can come up with anything. Now here's the pitch. And that is going to be a strike on the inside. Arozarena is batting .222. Now here's the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. M's getting no hit by a BP day. Yeah, pretty much. It's because they play down to their competition, which is getting super annoying. 0-2. And that's going to be low for a ball. 1-2. The 1-2. Foul ball. Should have not swung at that one. Somehow Scott Service is teaching this guy how to just swing at everything. Ah, great. Logan Gilbert versus Paul Skanks. We're screwed tomorrow. Pirates are definitely going to be the favorite on that one. And now we are looking at the 1-2. And that's going to be inside for a ball. Just to think it could have been 3-2 rather than 2-2. Maeda with 24 pitches so far. And now here's the 2-2. Just to think that he could have walked on that one. Now it's 3-2. Gotta stop with the chasing. Funny thing is, I see a McLaren logo. Reminds me of either the car McLaren or John McLaren. Remember John McLaren with his huge tirade in 2008? We're playing our butts off every day. Got nothing to show for it. Now the 3-2. And that's going to be fouled. He had to swing at that one. And that was a pitch right down the middle. Like, the Mariners are just not able to connect on anything, especially with a pitch down the middle. Just right smack dab down the middle, and still can't even get anything out of it. And that was an easy fastball to hit. I'm not saying that I could hit that, but they should be able to hit that. The 3-2. And that's going to be fly ball popped up. And Malloy is going to make the catch, and that's going to be 2 outs. Sing-along fireworks night. How much more weird do these things get? I'd still rather go to an Everett Aqua Sox game, which I was there on Tuesday. Now here's Cal Raleigh up to the plate, and that's going to be outside for a ball. That's going to be a 1-0 count. Cal Raleigh 0 for 1, who struck out on 3 pitches. Now here's the 1-0, and that's going to be a 2-0 count. Two 2-0 for Cal Raleigh. And now here is the pitch. And that is going to be a foul ball. 2-1. Cal Raleigh has a career high 76 RBIs this season. Wonder how many RBIs Cal Raleigh had in years prior. Maybe Cal Raleigh has a chance for 100 RBIs. And the pitch. And that's going to be just outside. And that's going to be a 3-1 count. Three and 1. I would definitely go for it. Just like what Dave Sims says. I actually do agree with him. And now the pitch. And now here's a fly ball, and that is fouled. It was a nice swing by Cal Raleigh. Just happened to land foul. We're looking at the 3-2. And now the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to deep right field. And that is going to be caught by Parker Meadows. And that is going to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no man left on. We go to bottom of the third. Still 1-0 Mariners. Just barely. SoFi is an online bank and a personal financing company offering financial diverse products. They hold the naming rights to the home of the Los Angeles Rams and the Los Angeles Chargers, named SoFi Stadium. They offer amazing checking and savings accounts where you can get up to 4.6% on savings accounts. There are no monthly fees to maintain the accounts, and they have over 55,000 no-fee ATMs around the United States. You even have access to a budgeting program, stock trading, and insurance programs. Join SoFi and get $25 for joining and or $25 for opening a stock trading account. Links are available in the description. And thank you. And lastly, I am not a financial advisor, so either find a professional financial advisor or go with your own gut. Yeah, go with your own gut, boy. Do not use me as a financial advisor because I'm not one. But use those links if you want to get any of those $25. Shoes are someone's home. Lounges you don't... Oh, it's Alaska. Weird commercial. Looks like there's quite a bit of wind coming in. And now the pitch. And that is a foul ball by Ibanez, and that is going to be 0-1 count. Bryce Miller on 25 pitches has been very efficient. Now here's the 0-1, and that is a strike. That's going to be an 0-2 count on Ibanez. And we're looking at the 0-2, and now here's the pitch. And that's going to be inside for a ball, 1-2. That topped out to a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. The 1-2, up high for a ball, 2-2. Bryce Miller kind of losing control on that one. Andy Ibanez is the guy. And now here's the 1-2. 2-2. That's going to be a foul ball. Career versus Bryce Miller, 0 for 3. Two. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's going to be 1 out. Bryce Miller with his second strikeout of the game. And he's only on 31 pitches so far. Justin says, so the GM said he tried to cut down on strikeouts, and they are going to break the all-time strikeout record for over 100 years. If that's not fireable offense, what is? The pitch, and a swing and a miss, strike 1. It's almost like you want the Mariners to miss the playoffs to justify the firing of Jerry Dipoto. Here's Akil Badu. 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Bryce Miller's been pitching very well, and hopefully that does not get wasted today. Now the 0-2 pitch. And not this time. It's going to be a 1-2. Bryce Miller tried to get him the chase on that. The 1 and 2. Check swing, and that's a foul ball. Well, also, Dustin, you should also consider that Scott Service should be fired too, because he's the one managing and not setting discipline on his team. And we're looking at the 1-2 for Akil Badu. Here's the 1-2. And that is a ground ball foul. And now here is the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Another strikeout for Bryce Miller. He has absolutely been on fire. And now here's the pitch. And that is going to be up high for a ball. We're looking at the 1-0 for Javier Baez. And the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to left field, and that is going to drop in for a base hit. So there goes the perfect game. And now the Tigers have a runner on base, and that's the first hit, not only given up by Bryce Miller, but this is the first hit of the entire game in general. Bryce Miller's been taxed on quite a bit in this inning due to the foul balls and the strikeouts he had to do. I was thinking Arozarena should have dove for that one, or at least should have hustled, but he let it drop. There's not really much sense of urgency. And Malloy is up to the plate, and that is outside for a ball. He is 0 for 1 with a ground out in the first. The pitch. And there's a ground ball right to Rojas. The throw to first, long way, and not in. That is in time. And what a play by Josh Rojas. And that is going to retire the side, saving a possible offensive barrage. And we go to the top of the fourth inning. It is still 1-0 Mariners. I don't know. Maybe like an above 500 record may justify. I mean, it's not like Scott Service is going to have much. He's not going to have much in the. It's not like he's not going to have much in the market. He's not exactly a marketable guy. Now the pitch. Oh, and Luke Raley gets hit, and he gets on base immediately. Ooh, that was quite a hit given to Luke Raley. He has 14 hit by the pitches, and now here is Justin Turner, and that is going to be a strike. Wonder what the odds of the Mariners' winnings are right now. Now the pitch, and Turner pops up and fouled, and not playable. And we're looking at the 0-2. Now here's the pitch. And that was swung on the inside, and that's going to be fouled. Still 0-2. Mr. Sticky, as far as Mariners YouTube goes, I don't have a ranking because they bring each other their own style or whatever. If you enjoy what you do, then keep it up, keep at it, and let the chips fall where they may. Good point by Sticky. No need to compare, right? The pitch. Outside for a ball, 1-2. And we're looking at 1-2, the pitch. Now here's a ground ball, going to be a double play ball. Throw to second, throw to first. And that is going to be a wild throw. And he's going to be safe at first, but unfortunately, Luke Raley's thrown out at second base. And we're looking at Dom Canzone. He's batting 7th in the order. And now the pitch. And Canzone hits a fly ball to right field. Nothing much doing. And makes the catch. And that's going to be 2 down already. Still no hits for the Mariners. Now here's Dylan Moore up to the plate. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. Paul Skees is going to be the pitcher Mariners will be dealing with. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a wild pitch, and Justin Turner gets a free base. A throw to second base. Not in time. I just don't think a coach does anything in baseball. They're a fall guy. It's the person who built the team. Yeah, but Scott Service is the one who makes the decisions, too, and holds players accountable, but he won't. And now Dylan Moore is up to the plate. 1-1 the count so far. Bats .333 with runners in scoring position. And now the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to deep left field, and that's going to be caught. It looked really good, but unfortunately that is going to retire the side. We're going to the bottom of the 4th inning. 1-0 Mariners. SeatGeek is a mobile ticketing app for sporting events, concerts, and other events. They make the buying experience easier by the app ranking each ticket from 0 to 10 to see if you are getting a good deal, and you can see exactly where you are sitting. I regularly use that app, and I have had nothing but a fantastic experience with SeatGeek. Use my promo code RoofTopSports to get $20 off of your first purchase. Link to the code, app, and website will be in the description, so take advantage, and thank you. Use that promo code RoofTopSports if you want to get the Mariners get their butts kicked by the Pirates if you're in Pittsburgh, or if you want to wait till the Giants series. University of Washington commercials is what they're talking about. No, this commercial kind of just doesn't do it for me. Sid Rocks, how's it going? The Jay Trident podcast referral. How you doing? Astros have won 8 in a row. But yeah, Mariners have got to win. If they can win, they can at least maybe be 2.5 games back from the wild card and maybe 2 games back from the division. A new manager would be nice. I've been asking for it since 2018. I actually possibly didn't like Scott Service after his first season either. Now here's the pitch, and that's going to be a strike. It's crazy to think that Scott Service has been a manager for nearly a decade and only 1 playoff appearance. But of course, the excuses he gets is, oh, well, Houston cheated. That's the excuses. The 0-1 pitch, and that's going to be low for a ball. 1-1 to count. And we're looking at 1-1. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 2. And now the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Am I covering the game tomorrow? You don't use Apple TV. I don't know yet. It's heavily contingent on my schedule, but it gets very unpredictable on Fridays for me. I want to cover. I just cannot promise. I hope so, but I wouldn't count on it. Now here is the pitch, and that is going to be a strike. And we're looking at the 0-1 to Colt Keith. And that is going to be a ball, 1-1. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Diego, how's it going? Covering me, following me from the... It's not called Discord. Twitch. And we're looking at the 1-2. And now here is the pitch. Fly ball to left field, foul. And now we're looking at the 1-2. And now here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Another strikeout for Bryce Miller. Bryce Miller now has 5 strikeouts. He has been on fire. It's going into 50 pitches, though. Not liking that, because that means Scott Service will have an excuse to pull him out too early again, only to burn up the entire bullpen once again. Now here is the pitch, and that's going to be a strike. And with so much audience I have today, I'm going to show you some of my softball highlights, maybe that you guys want to see. And now the pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball. And now the pitch again. And strike 3 called, and that is going to be strikeout number 6 for Bryce Miller. He is having an unbelievable day. He just threw 50 pitches, so Scott should consider pulling him. I love that. I really like that. That's really funny, man. I mean, I believe that he would actually have the audacity to actually do that. And here's some of my softball highlights. Check it out. And now here is the pitch. And that is a ground ball foul. Josh Rojas is working on an 0-1 count so far already. We're looking at the 0-1. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a ball, surprisingly. We're looking at the 1-1 count for Josh Rojas. They really got to get some kind of hit going. Here's the pitch. And a check swing foul. And Maeda's still pitching, and he's been on fire. Just to think that Josh Rojas has 18 multi-hit games, second on the team, is ridiculous. We're looking at the 1-2. And now here's the 1-2 pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball, 1-2 still. Where's Ryan Bliss? Why isn't he playing? The fact that he's not playing is just ridiculous. Maybe have him platoon with Josh Rojas. Put Polanco at third if you might. And that's if Polanco can play third base. And we're looking at the 1-2. And here's the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. Two and two so far for Jorge Polanco. And the pitch. And that's surprisingly just outside, I guess, according to the umpire, 3-2. And Polanco has played third base before. So it's not like it's anything new to him. I think they should give him a shot at third base and have Rojas and Ryan Bliss actually do the platooning, the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. They moved him down a couple of days ago, so you thought? Let's take a look at where Brian... Yeah, I want to check and see where Ryan Bliss is at right now. Did they really send him down again? And now here is Randy... No, it's Victor Robles. Looks like they did send him down, which they really shouldn't have. Now we're looking at the 1-0, and now here is the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball, 2-0. It's insane. They've conditioned people to hate Scott for picking and choosing who to pitch, and not that they have the worst batting average since I mean, it's both, buddy. We can blame both. He's bad at developing his hitters, and he is bad at pitching management decisions. So it's both. But it's okay. Like, disagreements are okay. And now we're looking at the 2-1, and now here is the pitch. And here is a line drive, and that's going to be a fair ball into the corner. And now he's going to go to second base. Maybe he could go for 3. I think he should go for 3. And now, no, he's going to freeze right there, as he probably would have been nailed. But I thought he had a shot for third base, as Victor Robles gets on with a 1-out double, and the no-hitter for the Tigers is over. Nice hit by Victor Robles. Dustin and Sid Rocks. Let's fight, 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 fight. Let's fight. Now here is Jorge Polanco. He has a chance to do some damage, as he's been playing kind of well in the second half. Now here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss. And that's going to be a strike 1 to Jorge Polanco. He is 0 for 1 with a walk in the first, and he did score. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a ball. I could go on days for reasons, but those are just a couple reasons. Sid Rocks pointed out. And Dustin, why don't you point out maybe the good things of Scott's service? The pitch. And now here's a throw to third, and not in time. And Victor Robles steals third. He is 13 for 13 in stolen bases, which is why they gave him the extension. Maybe, yeah, he does have a role. So that would be Victor Robles, Randy Arozarena, and Julio Rodriguez. Should still go for a formidable outfielder, though. And we're looking at the 2-1 for Jorge Polanco, the pitch. And that's going to be a 3-1 count. Good to see Jorge Polanco working the count very well thus far. And that is going to be ball 4, take your base. Randy Arozarena is up to the plate, who has a chance to do some serious damage with the runners at the corner, especially one of them on scoring position. So let's hope that he can make something happen. And Randy Arozarena, here's the pitch. And that's going to be right in the middle for a strike. And now the pitch. And now here's a fly ball. I don't think that's going to be enough for Robles. And the throw to home. And yep, he would have been nailed. So Arozarena on the first pitch didn't even take a pitch. Well, he did. but swung, and he was hoping to get something to happen, but didn't happen. So nothing happening on that one. And next is going to be Cal Raleigh up to the plate with 2 outs so far, so he's got to come up with something huge. And now here is Cal Raleigh up to the plate, and now the pitch, and that is going to be outside for a ball. Now here's the pitch again. It's going to be strike 1. Now here's the pitch again, and fouled, and he shouldn't have swung at that one, in my opinion. And that is going to be a strike. Strike 2. The pitch. And now here is a... It was caught, and that's going to retire the side. We're going to the bottom of the 5th. Still 1-0. This is a very disappointing inning for the Mariners. He had a runner in scoring position and could not take that opportunity. Scott claimed if we were winning, Wu would have stayed and pulled him because we were only tied. Ugh. But they were winning. And we are back from the break. Yeah, Mariners are trying to get out of here to win. Chad, how's it going? One of my beloved members. This offense is pathetic. Yes, it is. And also, Sid Rocks and Dustin, since you guys are always engaged, consider joining the membership. Only $5 a month. You get the free emoji, you get the emojis out of it, and you get my softball content too, the pitch. And that's a swing and a foul ball. Strike 1. Bryce Miller has struck out 6 of the last 8 batters, 53 pitches in 5 innings, been very efficient. That means he'll be on pace to around 90. So maybe if things go right, he can try to pitch that perfect, or not the perfect game, the complete game. Now here's the 0-1, and that is going to be a ball, and that's going to be a 1-1 count. And this is Bleh Madras. And now here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss. The pitch. And that's a strike 3. That's going to be 7 strikeouts. Scott won't let a pitcher start. Yeah, he would pull him out after a perfect game. It's unacceptable. It's a topic year and year out. Jerry is incapable of building a sustainable offense. It's a joke, absolutely. Parker Meadows is up to the plate. And now here's the pitch. And that is going to be a ball. Looking at the offense on Mariners on scoring position. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball foul. Mariners are 22nd in batting average with runners in scoring position. And with runs scored, Mariners are 28th with runners in scoring position. Eesh. Parker Meadows is 1 for 10 in this series. Not been playing well. And now here's the 1-1. Check swing. Did he go? He did not. That's going to be a 2-1 count for Parker Meadows. And now here's the 2-1. And that's going to be popped up and fouled. Way out of play. We're looking at the 2-2. The pitch. And now here's a line drive, and that is going to drop in for a base hit. That's a second hit for the Tigers, and Parker Meadows get on base. I wonder if the vibe in the organization brings down the good hitters. It seems that we get great players. They just die after playing for the M's. Yeah, it's just the vibe. It's not a curse. It's just a vibe. And now here's Andy Ibanez, and the throw to first. Not in time. This is a great point by Chad Lewis. Freaking Canzone, Rojas, Moore, Rivas shouldn't be in a playoff contending lineup at this point in the season. Their obsession with platoons kill them. Yeah, platoon's a terrible thing. Matchups don't mean anything. The pitch. That is inside for a ball. Why are they talking about all these baseball greats? You're talking about Jim Thome now, out of all people. Wow, Jim Thome was one RBI from 1,700 RBIs. Wow. The pitch. And that is going to be popped up. And that should be playable. Here's Luke Raley. And he makes the catch. And that's going to be 2 down. And here is Badu up to the plate. And now the pitch. And now here's the throw to second base. And he is not in time as Dylan Moore couldn't hold on to the ball. And Parker Meadows will get on second base with 2 outs, but you got a runner on scoring position. And now the pitch. And now here's a fly ball. Is that playable? Luke Raley is tracking it. And he makes the catch, and that is going to retire the side. 64 pitches for Bryce Miller. That's making me a little bit nervous. It's kind of cutting it close. Oh, if Luke Piniella was the manager, he would kill an umpire for this kind of team. He would love to have a team that's all around. He would love to have a team that has a full, nice bullpen, kind of. A great starting rotation, even better than what he had in 2001. And most of all, he'll take this kind of offense. Players, someone pointed out Polanco was just popped for steroids and has been terrible since. Yeah. That's why I should get rid of him. It's like Brett Boone. He took steroids in 2001, right? Where is Swinomish? Bring roids back to baseball. I mean, everyone's kind of already doing it anyway still. The steroid era was from like 96 to like 2005. And people said that was the best era in baseball, where literally everyone was taking steroids. When pitching was even tougher back then. And we are back from the break. Now here's the smiling Luke Raley, and Maeda has been pitching very well. He's pretty much been the starter of this game. He has 3 strikeouts, no earned runs. The pitch, and a swing and a miss, strike 1. You remember watching Mark McGwire get bigger and bigger in front of out eyes. Yeah, he got ginormous. He was a twig back then too. The pitch, and that's going to be a ball. I have a theory on Mark McGwire that he took steroids as a way of recovering from his injuries of 93 and 94. He had terrible injuries, was trying to recover, and I guess steroids was his desperation shot to get back into the game. And now here's the 1-1. And a crap swing by Luke Raley, and that's a 1-2 count. That was a terrible swing by Luke. And now we're looking at a 1-2 count. He's batting .230 with 14 home runs and 36 RBIs. And now here's the 1-2 pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Yeah, Mark McGwire then by 96 had 52 home runs and 58, 70, 65. And now here's the 1-2. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. Luke Raley's just chasing after chasing after chasing. And now we've got one down. 70 pitches for Maeda. And now here is Justin Turner up to the plate. A pitch. And that is a strike. Justin Turner, 0 for 1. The only one with the RBI today. He's batting .252 with 7 home runs and 40 RBIs. The pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. This has been a boring game, to say the least. You're not wrong, Diego. And now we're looking at the 0-2. And now here is the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's going to be 2 down. 2 strikeouts in a row for Maeda in this inning. Scott is on the phone with the MLB asking to get Maeda pulled due to too many pitches thrown. Nice. Now here's Dom Canzone. And must I say it again? The pitch. And that is a ground ball right to second baseman. Bobbles the ball, throw to first in time. And that's going to be an easy 1-2-3 for the Tigers. And I must say that this lead is just not going to last forever. We go to bottom of the 6th. It is still 1-0 Mariners.
Whoa. Ooh.
I hope you enjoyed some of my highlights from those games. That was in the semifinals. Yeah, you're correct. 1 run will not win this game for us. I'm afraid. We used up the bullpen last night. They absolutely did use up the bullpen. The surprising thing is Mariners have actually the largest pitch count in baseball when it comes to starters. That's very interesting. And then when you go to the bullpen, they actually have the least usage in the bullpen, which is very strange. Bryce Miller at 67 pitches so far. No reason to pull him right now. And now the pitch. And that is going to be up high for a ball. He's been using a splitter 25% of the time. And the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball, 2-0. And now we're looking at the 2-0. And now here's the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. TK, lack of significant starters. Injuries likely play heavily to that. Lots of teams will, with entire rotations on the IL. And the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And hopefully the Mariners can get out of this inning quick so we could see Bryce Miller go into the 8th inning. I don't want to see him just go into the 7th inning. I want to see him go into the 8th inning. And now here's the 2-2. And that's going to be a foul ball. And we're looking at the 2-2. Is Bryce Miller having a blister? I really hope not, because Mariners cannot afford to... They cannot afford to burn out, to use the bullpen again. You just can't. And we got the 2-2. And now here's the 2-2 pitch. And that's going to be inside for a ball. Full count 3-2 for Javier Baez. And now the 3-2. And that's going to be popped up. Foul ball. This game has really been a snore fest, but it's been going on really, really fast. That's how boring the game has been. And we're looking at the 3-2 for Javier Baez. And the 3-2 pitch. Foul ball again. And the 3-2. And the 3-2 pitch. And strike 3 called. Another strikeout for Bryce Miller. That is strikeout number 8. And now we got Malloy up to the plate. It was a nice 94-mile-an-hour fastball. He's working on 75 pitches. Should absolutely get one more inning after this. Justin Henry Malloy. And that is going to be low for a ball. And we're looking at the 1-0 count. And now here's the 1-0 pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. And we're looking at the 1-1 to Justin Henry Malloy. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be up high for a ball. 2-1. He's kind of losing his control a little bit. And I think that blister may have something to do with it. I wonder if he does have that blister. That really proves that he really should be a bullpen pitcher at this point. And the 2-1 pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. 96-mile-an-hour fastball. So his velocity is still there. If Thornton and Saucedo go in, we lose. Yeah, pretty much. Which is why the Mariners can't afford to use the bullpen. The 2-2. And a swing and a miss. Another strikeout. Strike 3. And that is strikeout number 9 for Bryce Miller. 79 pitches for Bryce Miller. Just need one more out, and you'll go into the 7th inning. I really hope Bryce Miller doesn't get pulled. If he gets pulled, I am going to freaking lose it. 10 strikeouts, excuse me, the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to right field, but that has been caught by Dom Canzone, and that is going to retire the side, and that is an easy 1-2-3, and we go to bottom of the 6th. It's actually 9 strikeouts, excuse me. 80 pitches for Bryce Miller so far. The most pitches that Bryce Miller has pitched has been 100. Last time he went out on 87 pitches when the Mariners were up pretty much 6-0 at that point. So I don't know. The only Mariners run was a walk-in. They legitimately need to hope that holds up. I don't know. I don't know if this can hold up at all. Just can't see it. It's going to be a scary matchup against the Pirates. I'm going to put in Bailey Falter already for my fantasy team. Now here's the pitch to Dylan Moore. And that is up high for a ball. And Maeda still on the mound. And now here is the pitch. And that is inside. Oh, that actually hits him. And he'll take one for the team. And now here is Josh Rojas to the plate. The pitch. And now throw back to first and not in time. And Rojas is working on a 1-0 count so far. And now the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. Rojas is working on a 2-0 so far. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. 2-1 the count. Dustin says, I firmly believe you can't pull a starter until they give up a run. Let Bryce go all 9. Yeah, I agree. And the pitch. And a swing and a miss. Terrible swing by Josh Rojas. 2-2. Dustin says if they had gone 110 pitches, could have won 2-0. Yeah. But I'm convinced Scott Service would have prevented that. I don't know. The 2-2. And the runner goes and he loses it. And that's going to be a stolen base for Dylan Moore. 3-2. Yeah, I think Scott Service would have pulled out Felix Hernandez during that perfect game. What a dick. And we're looking at a 3-2 for Maeda. And now the 3-2. And now here's a fly ball, and Rojas is kind of frustrated. He tosses his bat. And that's going to be an out. Now here's Victor Robles up the plate. He's got the one hit, the pitch, and that is going to be a strike. Surprisingly, Mariners only have one hit throughout. Actually, not surprisingly. One hit, and they have one run so far off of a bases-loaded walk in the first. And now we're looking at the 0-1 pitch. And now here's a fly ball to deep left field, and Parker Meadows makes the catch. Is Dylan Moore tagging at third? He really should have, but he had a jump. Parker Meadows had made a nice run, and Dylan Moore really should have stayed and tagged up, but he really thought there was a shot. And looks like Maeda is going to be taken out of this ball game, and he pitched absolutely fantastic. Here was his stat line. His stat line was this: 5 and 2 innings, 1 hit, 5 strikeouts and 1 walk, and no earned runs. And now it's going to be up to Shelby Miller, who has... How's his ERA this season? He's a 5.53 ERA, but it may not even matter anyway. And we are back from the break. And Kenta Maeda was nothing short of impressive. 84 pitches, 5 and 2 innings. Wu has injury, so Scott will not let him pitch that many pitches, unfortunately. But he's basing it on things that might happen. Shelby Miller with a 5.53 ERA. Good opportunity for the Mariners, but does it really matter? The pitch. And that's going to be a strike right down the middle. Should have swung at that, but he just wanted to be patient with the plate, I guess. Work the count. Dylan Moore stuck at second base right now. Polanco trying to extend this inning and the lead. Rosarena on deck. And the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. 1-1. Jorge Polanco is batting .215, 11 home runs, 31 RBIs. The pitch. And a swing and a miss. And that was right down the middle. And that's going to be strike 2. Just absolutely pathetic. But Polanco, with runners in scoring position and 2 outs, he does have the 10 RBIs. So maybe this is the clutch factor, an opportunity for him. Or he'll just get it out. He'll just be out. Again, it's going to be a strikeout. Just going to watch it right over here. Calling it right here. And now here's the 1-2. And that's going to be a foul ball. It's going to be still 1-2. And here's the 1-2. And now here's a fly ball popped up. Left fielder barely had to move, and that is going to retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Stretch time. It's time to get up on your feet for the 7th inning stretch. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, so let's root for the Mariners. If they don't win, it's a shame. It would be a shame because Bryce Miller is on fire. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. And it has been a ball game quite a bit. And let's take a look, and looks like Bryce Miller still may continue this inning, and let's hope he does. Now, if he does give up runs, I'm not going to blame him for it because it was still the right move. And we are back from the break. And hoping that Bryce Miller is still on the mound today. 6 innings for Bryce Miller, only 80 pitches, and he is still going to give it a go for the 7th inning. Let's hope it'll be an easy 1-2-3 to give Scott Service a case to go into the 9th inning, or the 8th inning, shall I say. So let's make this quick. And now here is the next batter, first batter up to the plate. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be a strike. It's going to be a 95-mile-an-hour fastball by Bryce Miller. And we're looking at the 0-1. Colt Keith batting third in the order. And the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike 2. Way to make him chase for it. He's already down on 2 strikes. Let's hope that we can keep it below 90. And we're looking at the 0-2. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. It's going to be 1-2. And now here's the pitch. And check swing. He did not go. Not even close. 9 strikeouts so far for Bryce Miller. He's hoping to make it number 10, which he does have a chance for it. And we're looking at the 2-2 count on Colt Keith. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be fouled again. And this is where the pitch is going up. And I'm getting really, really nervous. And I'm really hoping that nobody is warming up in the bullpen right now. Like, the only pitcher that maybe should be warming up is Andres Munoz. And what about JT Chargois? And we're looking at the 2-2. And here's the 2-2 pitch. And now here's a fly ball. Should be easy play for Dom Canzone. And he is there. And he makes the catch. And that's going to be 1 out. That took 6 pitches. So that does make me a little bit nervous. And now here's the pitch. And that is popped up and fouled. This is Dylan Dingler. Dustin, you swear that they religiously use the count of 100 pitches just because it's a well-rounded number. Yeah, pretty much. And now here is the 0-1 pitch. And now here's a fly ball to left field. And that's going to be a running effort for Rosarena makes the catch. It looked just like that by that angle. I thought it was going to be gone, but now getting close to 90 pitches. It's really cutting it close. 2 outs so far. $88 pitches so far. And it's going to be up to Bleh Madras is up. Bleh. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. Ball 1. And now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up again. And this should be playable. Cal Raleigh is there. And he makes the catch. And another, once again, 1-2-3 inning by Bryce Miller. He is now at 90 pitches. And hopefully he can get at least one more. Maybe just go all the way. I'm going to put it on the polls. gonna ask the questions. Wait, Dustin says nobody should be warming up. He's getting a complete game shutout unless they pull him for no reason. If they fathom taking Miller out, then I will join the call to can Scott. What do you mean join the call? What are you talking about? Trying to get on the show or something? And now we are back from the break. Yeah, and then they wasted it on Brian Wu. Like Dave Sims was talking about how great it was. They were talking about how great they did. Brian Wu and Bryce Miller have done, but then ignores the fact that it was all wasted. The pitch, and that's going to be a strike. You can tell that Bryce Miller is really feeling the pressure. Bryce Miller he's only given up 2 hits so far. He's been virtually unstoppable. Now here's Randy Arozarena, and now that's a fly ball foul. It's gonna be a 1-2 count. Wait, did they really pull him? It looks like maybe it seems that they pulled Bryce Miller. I gotta check on that. If they pulled Bryce Miller, this ball game is over. And now the pitch, and that's gonna be inside for a ball. And now the 2-2. Swing and a miss down in the dirt. And the throw to first in time. And now Cal Raleigh's up to the plate, and the Mariners have got to score at will. And now the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. If Scott Service does this again and the Mariners lose, he's going to get a nice video coming towards his way. And now we're looking at the 1-0 count to Cal Raleigh, and that is outside for a ball, 2-0. And now the pitch. And a swing and a miss. And that's going to be a 2-1 count. Oh, great. Jimmy Garcia's in the bullpen now. Oh, great. Looks like Jimmy Garcia is pitching. So Scott Service is pulling Bryce Miller. And must I say, this is going to be a terrible idea. Like, Scott Service, did you not learn your lesson that it backfired when you pulled Brian Wu out? This is not going to age well at all. This is going to be a disaster. And now we're looking at a 3-1 for Cal Raleigh. And now here is the pitch. And he chases it, and he shouldn't have chased it. He wanted that one. I don't think it even matters, Sid Rocks. I think he would pull him after a no-hitter. He would pull him on a no-hitter or a perfect game. And we're looking at a 3-2 count on Cal Raleigh. And now here's the pitch. And that's a fly ball foul again. He could have been walking by now. Now the 3-2 pitch. And that's going to be popped up. And is that playable for the catcher? And he makes the catch, and that's going to be 2 outs. Mariners have got to score. Like, not even just one more inning. We're not asking for, like, well, we do want a complete game. But it's not like pitching one more inning is going to cause Tommy John. I mean, there's pitchers that pitch almost nothing, and they still got Tommy John. Starting pitchers have been pitching less, and they're still getting Tommy John. I like how Dave Sims is laughing about this. It's very concerning. And now the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. We definitely need another run out of Luke Raley. And now they're doing the shift. And we're looking at the 1-0. And that's going to be a foul ball. Like, don't get me wrong. This offense is unacceptably bad. But you still got to let the man pitch. Like, Bryce Miller was pitching a 2-hit shutout, and you still yank him. If you've already saved up your pitchers, then why don't you just use them? There's no guarantees you're going to make the playoffs. The 1-1. And that's going to be outside, and that's going to be a 2-1 count. Yep, Jimmy Garcia's pitching. This is going to be exactly... And that's going to be a fly ball popped up. And that's going to be making the catch. And we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, and it's going to be Jimmy Garcia. He is going in to replace Bryce Miller, which I do think it's a horrible idea. I swear. Bryce Scott Service would have pulled Bryce Miller during a perfect game. I'm telling you, it's a terrible idea. And then looks like I'm going to end the poll, which is already... I made a poll saying, should Scott Service allow Bryce Miller to pitch the complete game? 73% of you said yes. 26% of you said no. And now I'm going to look at it from this poll on this end. And 100% of you guys said yes. And those only 3 of you guys. And they're pulling Bryce Miller. Yep. I'm telling you, and this is a terrible idea. I don't care if it's Jimmy Garcia. I don't care if it's the best bullpen pitcher in history. He should still be allowed. Yeah, Garcia isn't bad. It's just, I just don't think it's a good idea. I just don't think it was necessary. He didn't even crack 100 pitches, and he only done it once this season. This is going to be a disaster. Jimmy Garcia's got an opportunity to redeem himself, but I still do not like this idea. And now the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. Already one pitch, and it is already a bad idea. Like, if I'm on the betting, put all of your money on the Tigers. And they're very undervalued. The pitch. And a swing and a miss. Yeah, if you put it, the Tigers are now at an underdog at plus 230. If you do that, if you bet $10, you won 16, the pitch, and that's going to be outside for a ball. And looks like the betting odds have gone lower for the Tigers. So that means the Tigers must have been doing something right. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, and that's going to be a foul ball, strike 2. I'm telling you, put your money on the Tigers. If you are in the casino, put any of your money on the Tigers. And now we're looking at the 2-2 and the pitch. And that is up high for a ball, 3-2. I'm telling you, pulling out Bryce Miller was a horrible idea. And we're looking at the 3-2, the pitch. And that is ball 4. Take your base. I'm telling you, Scott, this was a horrible idea. Pulling Miller was already a bad idea. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. And now we're looking at the 0-1. And now the pitch. And that's going to be... And the umpire's not even going to give it to you either. They're not going to play mercy. And the pitch. And that's going to be a strike 2. Let your starters pitch more than 90 pitches. Make your relievers pitch 20 plus. Back-to-back days. Scotty Ball, baby. Yep. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. And I'm telling you, just do not pitch up the middle. Just please do not do that. Don't make the same mistakes as you did yesterday. I don't care if it's Zach McKinstry with a 192 batting average. Doesn't matter. And now we're looking at the 1-2. And the pitch. And now here's the throw to second base. And he is safe. And that umpire was very indecisive about it. And already, this is already a terrible idea. Man on second now. Thanks, Scott. And already, the drama is already happening. And now we're looking at the 2-2, the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to center field. And nothing's happening. Dylan Moore catches it. And it actually didn't even go to center field. Went right to Dylan Moore. And at this point, I would like to see if you can do an intentional walk. Because let's take a look and see who is up. It's going to be Badu. So they're probably not going to intentionally walk him. But I would just do it anyway so you have a chance for a double play because you have Baez next, who's not really doing much either. But they're still going to pitch to him, aren't they? He has a strikeout and a foul out. The pitch. And now here's a ground ball. Runner goes to third. Garcia tosses it to first, and that is in time. And now we've got a runner on third base. And anything can go wrong. This is already a disaster waiting to happen. And Scott Service is... What are you doing? Sit your ass down, asshole. Now you're putting in Munoz. Okay, I guess. Yep, they're going to Munoz, something that they should have done yesterday. I tweeted, Munoz coming in, not a bad idea, I think. And this game has just been very intense. Check out some of my highlights. Got 12 viewers in. Looks like people are coming in for the excitement of this game. Andres Munoz is now going to be on the mound. Munoz has a hitless streak going on, which is why they put him on, but it may be broken. Off a batter that is batting 185, and he does have one hit, so he is 1 for 2, so there is the odds. And Munoz coming in, he's been absolutely sensational. A 1.17 ERA, 56 strikeouts, and 18 saves. He's been an absolute star, like literally. I mean, he was put in the All-Star game for a reason. And Munoz, here we go. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. And your butterflies just continue to just keep going as fast as it can. We're looking at the 1-0 so far. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike one. It's going to be a 1-1 count so far. Baez is at 1-1. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball, 1-1. Two and one. And the pitch. And now here's a fly ball drilled to left field. Forget about that one. And a Mariners fan think I caught it, but anyways, I told you who was right about pulling Bryce Miller was an idiotic idea. It was me. I said it was an idiot idea. It was a horrible idea. Oops. Nobody saw pulling Bryce Miller being a bad idea. Oh, wait, I did. And now the pitch. And that is inside for a ball. And that was to Javier Baez, too. That's the amazing part. And now the pitch. And that is a strike. It's just frustrating. We're going to get swept by this team? And the pitch. Oops. Oops. And now we're looking at the 2-1. And a swing and a miss, strike 2. I'm going to make a video. I'm going to do a post-game video after this where it's going to say, Scott Service pulls Bryce Miller during a shutout and it backfires immediately. Like, I think this is the game that really should get him fired, but it's not going to happen. But they should. They could have fired him last year. They should have fired him after 22. They should have fired him after 2018. The pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. It started with a walk by Garcia. And now the 2-2. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. And that is going to retire the side. We go to the top of the 9th inning. And at this point, it's pretty much hopeless. And be right back. SeatGeek is a mobile ticketing app for sporting events, concerts, and other events. They make the buying experience easier by the app ranking each ticket from 0 to 10 to see if you are getting a good deal, and you can see exactly where you are sitting. I regularly use that app, and I have had nothing but a fantastic experience with SeatGeek. Use my promo code RoofTopSports to get $20 off of your first purchase. Link to the code, app, and website will be in the description, so take advantage, and thank you. It's not even Scott, though. That's why another channel got mad at me. It's absolutely absurd to think one run would hold up. The offense is non-functional. I mean, I agree. Don't get me wrong. The offense is absolute garbage. But this does not change the fact that could have at least kept in Bryce Miller. And now we go to now here is Justin Turner up to the plate. And here's the pitch. And that is a strike. And post-game show will be after this game. And now here's the pitch. And that is outside for a ball. It's absolutely ridiculous that Scott is allowed to do this. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. And now we're looking at the 1-1, and that is outside for a ball. Like, it's an absolute disaster. And then here's the pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball. That's going to be a 2-2 count. We're looking at the 1-2. 2-2. And that is outside for a ball 3-2. At this point, it just feels Mariners are not going to make the playoffs if they continue to do stuff like this. Pulling your starters after a 2-hitter? Ridiculous. The 3-2 pitch. And that's a foul ball. He had to swing at that one. Like, this is why Scott Servais should be fired. We should be talking about winning the series. We're looking at a 3-2, the pitch. And that's going to be fly ball popped up, and that's not going to get anything done. And he makes the catch. And now we got Dom Canzone up to the plate, and might as well say that this is going to be 2 outs. And I'm just absolutely just devastated, just demoralized by this. Just painful. And now we are looking at the pitch, and that's going to be in there for a strike. And now the pitch again, and that's going to be outside for a ball. Like, I already said this was going to be a disaster. Julio's going to play? Or is he just warming up? The pitch. Outside for a ball, 2-1. But who would Julio pinch hit for? Makes no sense. The 2-1. It was a nice swing, but that's a foul ball on the inside. 2-2 the count. Dom Canzone is 0 for 3. He's probably going to strike out. Willing to call this one. To pitch. And a swing and a miss. Strike 3. What the hell of a swing was that? This is why Canzone should not be on the team anymore. Dylan Moore up to the plate. Nothing much going to be doing on this one. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. Got 2 pitches away until this game is officially over. And now here's the pitch. And now here's a ground ball. Should be playable to throw to first. And that is in time, and the ball game is over. The Mariners had a 1-0 lead, and they got swept by the Tigers, one of the more bottom-tier teams of baseball, while the Mariners are supposed to be competing for the playoffs. And this is just absolutely unacceptable. And let me take a break really quick. I'm going to play a nice long ad. SoFi is an online bank and a personal financing company offering financial diverse products. They hold the naming rights to the home of the Los Angeles Rams and the Los Angeles Chargers, named SoFi Stadium. They offer amazing checking and savings accounts where you can get up to 4.6% on savings accounts. There are no monthly fees to maintain the accounts, and they have over 55,000 no-fee ATMs around the United States. You even have access to a budgeting program, stock trading, and insurance programs. Join SoFi and get $25 for joining and or $25 for opening a stock trading account. Links are available in the description. And thank you. And lastly, I am not a financial advisor, so either find a professional financial advisor or go with your own gut. So the Mariners had a 1-0 lead going into the bottom of the 8th inning. Bryce Miller was pitching absolutely well. Like, he was pitching absolutely fantastic. Here was a stat line. It was 7 strong innings, only gave up 2 hits, pitched 90, and 9 strikeouts. And you would think, like, I know, I get it, that maybe you don't want to burn out your starters. I totally get it. But Bryce Miller was pitching an absolute shutout, and then he goes to Jimmy Garcia, and then it went to Andres Munoz, and then gave up a home run, a 2-run home run to a guy that's not even batting 200. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. Like, you know the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't freaking fix it. And what does Scott Service do? He pulls out Bryce Miller on a 2-hitter, a 2-hit shutout, and you pull him out? The offense was doing absolutely nothing. Like, I don't even know if Bryce Miller even pitched a walk at all. He didn't even walk anybody. And then immediately Jimmy Garcia already walked the batter. Already did. And then there was a stolen base. And then Meadows got the third base, pulled out Munoz, which I didn't really hate the decision, because put your best pitcher against someone that's a 1-something. Nope. Gives up a 2-run home run. And it's just makes me question. Like, I think leaving Bryce Miller in there would have been the best possible choice. Now, don't get me wrong. Was the offense terrible? Yes, I agree. The offense was terrible. And if they play exactly like this against Pittsburgh and the Dodgers, and they come to Seattle against San Francisco, they should absolutely be met with thunderous boos to the point it causes an earthquake. Yes, I agree. The offense was absolutely pathetic. Like, I know a lot of people are going to say I'm excusing the offense. Absolutely not. They should have given Bryce Miller more run support and much more for the bullpen to work on. But the point is, you had Scott Service. You had a 2-hit shutout happening. The Tigers were useless. And those 2 hits were just gimpy little singles that probably shouldn't have happened either. And then you pull Bryce Miller. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm tired of Scott Service allowing this to happen. He's afraid of taking his starters even into the 8th inning. He did the same mistake yesterday. Did the same exact thing yesterday with Brian Wu with a 2-0 lead. Only give up 4 hits. And immediately Jimmy Garcia gives up a tying 2-run home run. Like, it's like a carbon copy and paste of yesterday's game. And he gave up those 2 runs. And this time, they gave up the 2 runs again. So, like, I did not understand the decision. Like I get it. You want to save your starters until the playoffs. But here's the thing. There's no playoffs right now. If the season ended today, you would be out of the playoffs. You're now 3.5 games back from the wild card. You're 3 games back from the division against an Astros team that, frankly, up until their 8-game winning streak, they were not even doing that great either. They're banged up to crap. And now the Mariners are 3 games back from the Astros. Like, what was Scott Service thinking? Like, here's the thing. If you go one more inning, I'm asking for one more inning. If you go 1 inning, he's not going to get a Tommy John surgery. It's not like if he goes 100 pitches, the 100 pitch mark is going to give him Tommy John. No! You got to take risk. And you had to take risk because the urgency to win this game was really high, because you don't want to get swept going into Pittsburgh when you're going up against another ace from Pittsburgh, against also a struggling Logan Gilbert, by the way. Like, I really question this. I really question if Scott Service even believes in his team to even make it to the playoffs, because Or better yet, maybe he believes in the team so much that he doesn't have to play desperation ball. And this was a time to be in desperation ball where you let Bryce Miller just finish it out. And here's the thing. I know a lot of fans would probably say, well, if Bryce Miller gave up the runs, you would trash Scott Service. But no, I would not. If Bryce Miller gave up those runs, I wouldn't have blamed it on him. I would have blamed it on the offense not scoring anything, because putting in Bryce Miller was the absolute correct decision. Like, I just don't understand. Like, Scott Service, does he ever learn from this? No, he does not. He really doesn't. And like I said, I get it. Offense was terrible. They should be booed to the storm. But at least as a manager, your job of the manager is to manage the game and put the team in the best position to succeed. But no, Scott likes to load manage his starters, which, by the way, it really is not working. Like, must I say it again? He pulled Logan Gilbert after 84 pitches with a 4-run lead. And you can't, and it wasn't really exactly sustainable. Maybe it was even more than that. Maybe that deficit was even, or that lead was even more. And that bullpen pretty much just blew it up completely. And then don't forget about that Robbie Ray versus Yordan Alvarez. Like, it's these decisions that cost these games. Like, we should be talking about the fact that the Mariners won the series, got the revenge on Detroit, not the fact that the Mariners just got swept. And all Root Sports is going to say is, well, Brian Wu and Bryce Miller pitched fantastic. That's not the point. Those 2 starts were wasted because of Scott Service's incompetence. Like, you've already saved the pitching count from Bryce Miller, from saving him from all the other games that may have been costly, but you didn't let him finish this one. Like, truthfully and realistically, I was asking for just 1 inning. 1! I wasn't asking even for a complete game, even though I was. But I was thinking, just go 1 more inning and then let Munoz finish the job, maybe. But Munoz has also pitched yesterday. So I don't know. Like, this is what I'm seeing. Scott Service is going to continue load managing. Like, he would even load manage on Game 7 of the World Series, to be honest with you, because he doesn't want to wear and tear his starters. And yes, I get it. The Mariners starters have pitched more than anyone in the league, and the bullpen has not pitched much. But when it comes to situations, this was the time to let Bryce Miller go all the way. Now, if he gave up like 5 hits and had some bases loaded, runners in scoring position like every other inning, then yes, by all means, let the bullpen take care of it. But this one, he was pitching absolutely lights out. And I honestly felt it. The moment Bryce Miller was pulled out, that's when I said the game was over. And if I was at the casino, I would have put in quite a bit of cash to put on the Tigers. And man, I would have won a lot of money. But instead, I'm here doing a show for you guys. Going into the Pirates series, not feeling confident at all. And let me see how the standings are for the Pirates so far. The Pirates are at 56 and 64, but knowing that's a bad team, Mariners are probably going to lose to them anyway. Like, I know that people dog on me for being extremely negative, but I wish that I was wrong. I wish I was wrong that it was a bad decision by Scott Service. I wish that Jimmy Garcia proved me wrong. I really do. And I really want to be positive for this team. But I just can't with all these constant mistakes that are happening. Scott Service pulling people. Dom Canzone with his ridiculous swings and misses. Like, Dom Canzone should not be on this team anymore. Like, I would send his butt down. I don't know. I don't know what to expect for the Pirates series, but I'm thinking it's going to be a disaster. But that's all I got to say. Thank you very much for watching. And go Mariners. So, yep. I see that all of you guys had some comments basically saying Scott Service should be fired, and he absolutely should. No, they're not going to lose their jobs today. Nothing's going to happen. But I'm going to take off. Basically, I was just doing a post-game show. I'm going to post it on YouTube later today. But I got to get going. I just want to say thank you very much for being on this show. You guys are awesome. Got quite a bit of engagement today. I really love it. I'll keep you guys updated if I can even do the game tomorrow. So we'll keep you updated. And once again, thank you very much for watching. And go